Hi guys, this is Lisa Knight, and I just wanted to give you a brief introduction to your first lab. So in your pivot exercises, you started learning how to make measurements with the tools in pivot, and you also started looking at graphing. So in this particular example, this is going to take you step by step, and you're going to watch a ping pong ball that is shot at a can, and you're going to make a graph of its motion as it moves towards the can. This is going to take you step by step, and it's going to help you learn how to practice making measurements with the measurement tools and that kind of thing. You're going to be using the step features where you can go step by step by step. So if you go back to the beginning here, you can kind of keep forwarding this until the ball leaves the tube. And you can turn on your measurement tools. And if you want to measure how far, the ball travels, I would pick a point on the ball, or I would go from here. I would take my tool and I would just move it down and measure it from here to here. And then I would measure how far the front of the ball moves until it hits the can on this centimeter scale. Then you can also track its motion if you want to. You can do all sorts. You can use a timer, so you can choose timer here, and it'll tell you at what time it starts. It'll tell you what time it starts. And then you can play it. Okay, and then when you stop, or you rewind it all the way back to where it first hits the can, it'll tell you at what time it hit the can. So you can figure out the total time that it's in the air. And velocity is distance over time. So you're going to estimate what you think the speed of this ball is, the average speed of it, because you have the average distance it travels and the time it takes it to go. And velocity is distance over time. And after you do that, then you're going to learn how to get the same information using a graph. So if you're traveling at a constant speed, then you travel the same distance every instant in time. And if you make a graph of position versus time, you should get a line. And the slope of that line would be the ratio of the distance to the time, or meters per second, which is also the speed of the ball. So if the slope is constant, because it's linear, then meters per second is constant and velocity is constant. So what you're going to do is you're going to learn how to make that graph, and you're going to make a graph of the ball as instructed, and hopefully you'll be able to tell whether this is a constant speed or not. And since we really haven't talked about acceleration, you should probably be able to predict that that ball is traveling at a constant speed when it leaves the gun. And you're going to be able to verify what you think that constant speed is with the data from your graph. And so you're going to learn how to use the linear fit and the slope of the linear fit and the units of all the different terms to kind of get a gauge of what each term is measuring. So here are the quantities that you'll be looking at. You'll be looking at times. You'll be looking at speeds or velocities. And you'll be looking at distances. So if you have a number that's measured in meters, then that would be a distance. The initial distance, the final distance, final position, initial position. If you have a term that's measured in meters per second or centimeters per second, then that would be as a velocity. And if you have a term that's measured in seconds, then that would be a time. So you're going to be asked to describe the shape of the line of best fit, and you want to tell me whether it's linear or not linear. And then you're going to be asked what the slope means by looking at the units of it. And so what what does a slope mean? Is it the position of the ball? Is it the velocity of the ball? Or is it the time that ball is in the air? And then you're going to make us a decision about what that slope means. Okay. So, and you're going to be looking at the intercept and figuring out what that intercept is. And then you're going to be looking at the units to help you with that. So I will go through and manually grade this when you're done and put that grade in your grade book. It's worth 20 points, so I'll give you a percentage a grade for that based on what the percentage was that you made on it. Hope this helps.